welcome back to our video series on Baijiu. Today I am joined by Helmut and we will dive in the first main pillar of the Baijiu category, which is the light aroma Baijiu. So Helmut, tell me something, light aroma Baijiu.
Light aroma Baijiu, or sometimes also called Baijiu, is the prevalent type of Baijiu in northern China. Most of the styles we are going to present you in these videos have a very strong regional base. In a country as large as China, that still means that several millions of people prefer this kind of spirit.
So let's dive into it. First thing you will notice, it is absolutely, completely clear and unaged, yet very interestingly, this light aroma Baijiu, Fengjiu Baijiu are usually aged for 10, 20 or even 30 years. Here we are dealing with a Fengjiu that is about 30 years. No color.
Exactly. That is an interesting question actually. Why is this clear, even if it's aged for 30 years? In our Western perception of spirits, old often means dark. So that is because we are using wooden casks, which give off a lot of color. In China, Baijiu is aged using clay jars. And these clay jars, of course, don't give off color. So you have a 30-year-old spirit, which is crystal clear.
Remember earlier on we told you, try to approach Baijiu with a different perspective. This is a light aroma Baijiu. Most by far the biggest share of the light aroma Baijiu are made with a grain called sorghum. Very, very resilient grain, very, very common in Africa. They also brew beer with sorghum beer in Africa, very prevalent in China. Key production difference between our spirits and Chinese spirits, our spirit, so to speak, is that the fermentation and the distillation are using dry method. That is, steam is doing all the hard work, and there's actually very little water in the actual process itself. Am I correct?
Absolutely. And you can actually really smell the base material in this product. There's lots of grains and yeast.
Very much.
But still a lot of fruit and some florality, and there's some minty freshness to it. It has some strange characteristics, which might look strange to you. And we already talked about that, the faults that you would say.
In terms of the taste, incredibly aromatic. Let's just remember one very, very important thing, as we explained also a little bit earlier on. This type of Baijiu is predominantly consumed with food, so it plays quite a different role in its position with consumption, because here this Baijiu is really meant to prepare the palate for another course.
Exactly. What the Chinese are looking for in Baijiu is not what we expect. It's not really for initial aromas or for development into specific other aromas, but it's for the mouthfeel and the texture. A good light aroma Baijiu should cling to your palate. It should be almost chewy.
Very impressive for me, always with the light aroma Baijiu, will be the texture. For an alcohol that is around 50% ABV minimum, it has got an incredibly fat texture, and it's got this incredible long-lasting finish that is incredibly usable in mixology, for example. So that's light aroma Baijiu. Very briefly, it's people in northern China are particularly fond of this light aroma Baijiu. It is valued for its crispness and sharpness, and I believe it is consumed and produced in obscene quantities. Am I right?
Exactly. So we visit a distillery in Fenyang in northern China, and they produce around 80,000 bottles a day. So when visiting such a distillery, which it's breathtaking vastness, you can really begin to understand what it means that Baijiu is one of the most consumed spirits in the world.
Light aroma Baijius are normally a very, very good starting point to your journey into Baijiu. This is probably one of the Baijiu that is the closest to our spirits. I found some similarities, for example, between some aroma Baijius and some corn, the same texture. So this is the closest, as far as I'm concerned, between Western style spirits. Yes, the nose takes a little bit getting used to, but I believe, and I think you'll agree with me, it is probably one of the most approachable Baijiu. In the next video, we will dive into things that are a little bit more exotic, and certainly a little bit more pungent. So yet again, thank you for your patience, and don't forget to tune in next time. Thank you.
Bye.